Hi, my name is Rhys Ap Iolo. I'm a professional here at the Downshire Golf Complex. Over the summer we're going to be running the programme for you guys at the Downshire, so we're really looking forward to presenting some stuff. Today we're going to start with a bit of setup and a few bit points about the setup so that we can make it fun and good fun activity for you to practice on the range and make it a bit more meaningful to help you with your game out on the golf course. Okay, so today we're going to talk mainly about setup. And my main points about setup would be that I'm going to work around small, medium and large. So small being for pitch shots, hitting treble shots, keeping flight control under trees, medium for hitting our general iron shots, and large for hitting our bigger golf swings with the driver, 3-wood and hybrids, etc. Okay, so let's start off with the small clubs or the smaller swings. So here I'm going to start off with my sand wedge, mine's just 54. And to begin with, I always like to see a start point, okay? Now this is going to apply to all clubs, whether it's small, medium or large, but how do we aim our body and our club parallel to one another? Okay, well, I've got some sticks down, but we can't use these sticks on the golf course, okay? So we're going to learn to do it without the sticks, even though I've got them here as a point of reference. So if we started every shot with your toes together at the back of the golf ball, okay, the simplest way to get your iron aimed is to have that at right angles to yourself. Now if you have your iron aimed where you wanted to go and you're at the right angles to your iron, you're going to be aiming 90 degrees parallel to where you've aimed your club face. Okay, so that's a nice simple starting point. Now there's a second reason we're going to start with our feet together. We're going to look at it from this angle. So second reason we're going to start with our feet together is when we come and apply our posture and our standing position, what you're going to sense from here is that whether you are balanced or not. Okay, your centre of gravity is an important thing during the golf swing. So if, for example, I start to stretch out here, my balance is now forward into my toes, my centre of gravity is off, therefore I'm going to be falling during my golf swing. Now, taking a big stance and doing that, I might still be able to keep my stance, but my balance isn't correct. Conversely, if you're back here feeling a bit squished up, what will happen is your weight's tending to be in your heels. You see the instant I make a movement, I fall over. So this is important that we get our balance set at the beginning so that we get the distance to the ball approximately correct. Now, there's an approximate for you, a hand's width from the inside of your left thigh, but starting feet together gets our arms hanging nice and naturally and gets us nicely balanced, okay? Then, once we've done that and we feel nicely balanced, all we're going to do for a short shot is to create a short stance. Now, for me, anything more than a half swing, we would have, or between half to three-quarter swing, we would have what I'd call three-quarter stance. So all I'm going to do is move from the centre point here, my left foot one shoe and my right shoe, just so that we have got a foot width through the side of the centre line. That will be my three-quarter setup. If I'm doing anything below that, all I'm doing is moving my left shoe 1 foot. Okay, so that's leaving the back of the ball approximately in between my heels, allowing me to make good contact going out with a golf shot. Okay, a three-quarter shot. May this be with a wedge or a 7-iron. So if we bring a 7-iron and we want to chip one out under the trees, again I see a lot of people take big stances when they want to hit some stuff out under the trees. Small step this way, small step this way, keep that swing under control, and we have good balance to hit that shot. Okay, so that is essentially how I want you to stand for the shorter swings. So no more than, if you like, use your club head, 2 club head widths. With your stance for anything 3/4, 1 club head width for anything waist height or lower. Okay? Okay, good. Now let's move on to our medium shots. What I would call these are the main substance of your irons. So we've done the short irons up to about a 9-iron where we might well be swinging, not necessarily making a full swing, but swinging within ourselves. Now we're going to make some fuller shots. Now, the same principle applies for me with regards to centre of gravity. This is going to be key for you, making a bigger swing. As I mentioned earlier, if I take a stance here, nice and wide, and then I turn around this way, and I might look balanced, but however, I put my feet together at this point, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm stretching for the ball, which means my balance isn't in the correct place. Therefore, making a swing from here, I'm going to either stop here where I feel I can't move, or what's going to happen to me now is I'm going to stabilise. Now you can see how my spine angle moves upwards when I stabilise, get my balance back in the correct place. I've now moved further away from the ball, so during the swing I've also got to now recorrect that motion. Conversely, standing too close means that during the backswing I need to stop here unless my body wants to go further. And if I'm going to move my body further, my body now moves forwards. But this moves forwards because, again, I'm trying to get my balance back into the middle. And you can see how important that centre of gravity that now is. Now if I come back to building from feet together, getting that nice stable base, you'll see that I can make a fuller swing and not lose my posture. So that is real key. So to start with, back again to feet together. Now for the medium shots. Now what I like to do personally is have the ball left of centre for irons, not dead in the middle. There's a reason for that. If we place, again, 1 foot about a club head left of the ball, and then we'll go now a club head and a half over here for, say, an 8 or a 7 iron, you'll see that the back of the ball is left of centre. Now the reason we want that there is that during our swing we are going to be making a lateral shift with our body weight. If the ball is too far to the right, what's going to happen is we're going to have to back off and go back and get our golf ball, which means we're not transferring our weight through the golf shot. So leaving the ball left of centre, so 1 club head width, then we go 1.5 here. That gives us a nice enough width of stance to keep our balance and create the correct size swing for our 7 iron. So once we've got that set, we're going to play our shots. And we should be able to keep our balance nicely from that setup position. Okay, so we've covered our short and medium, or small and medium. We're not going to go for the large clubs, so that includes drivers, hybrids, long irons, and maybe 3-wood. Okay, so we can vary our stance width a little bit here, but I'm still going to come back to the point of centre of gravity. This is key, where your balance is. So if we want to get a centred contact consistently, that balance needs to be in the right place. For example, I'm just going to take a stance randomly here, okay? And I'm just going to ask Ty just to give me a little shove in the chest. So I haven't checked anything here, and you can see that I've lost my balance. I may have looked like I had a really good stance, but I've lost my balance. Now I'm going to do exactly the same thing, but I'm just going to keep my feet together for a second. And can we do the same thing, please, Ty? Okay, and I can keep my balance. Now, if I can keep my balance here, now I take my stance. There's no way he's going to shove me over because I'm in my nice active ready position to be able to hit this shot. That's going to allow me to keep, again, my spine angle in a better place to make that turn. As I mentioned before, anything overbalancing this way will either cause a short swing or cause you to stand during the backswing. Anything too close, again, can cause a short swing or make you fall towards the ball during the backswing, which means then we've got to compensate on the way down in both of them. So trying to find that, I find, is a key thing to get our distance to the ball. Now, what do we do with our feet? Keep the theory here. Let's go maximum 1 club head width to the left. Okay? Now, if I've got a 3 iron, I might go 2 to 2.5 club head widths this way. So this would be a hybrid or a 3 iron setup. As you can see, the ball is left of centre, but it's still in a similar place to when I had it pitching or hitting a 3/4 shot in relation to my left foot. So now if I'm going to then hit a fairway, for example, I might just have another half a step. So we're now talking a good 3 club head driver heads to the right. Now that ball is fractionally moving left in relation to the centre of my stance each time I move my feet. If I'm going to go for driver, I'm going to have 1 more. Now if you did want to check, hang a club from your shoulders. You're going to have shoulders as wide as your heels, okay? That's where you want to be for a driver to make a nice effective turn and a balanced follow through, okay? So each time you set up, this is why I don't like the sticks because they get in the way. On the golf course we can't use them, so if we can get back to our imagining that alignment being 90 degrees to the shaft here, for example, with the driver, getting our balance set, setting my left shoe, now creating the rest of my stance with my right. Now I've got my base and my stability. I'm balanced because I know I wasn't going to fall over at the beginning because I started with my feet together. From here we should be able to make a nice balanced turn and play that shot, keeping the balance on the way through. Hope that helps. Okay, excellent. Now we're going to turn this into a challenge so that we're not just stood in the range beating balls, which too many of us do, especially when that ball comes out of the automatic tee. It's like playing whack-a-mole. Hate it. Don't like it whatsoever. We need to get yourselves focused on where we're putting the golf ball. So, with the short challenge, I just want you to pick 2 points, like a goal about 10 yards apart, from between 50 to 75 yards. Don't mind which, but you're going to have a little challenge against each other. The first person to reach 25 points by hitting golf balls through this goal. Now each golf ball will be worth 5 points. The first to 25, so the first to hit 5 shots through this goal into the zone that you decided on will be the winner of that one. Once you've completed that short game once, that's again 50 to 75 yards, about a 10-yard wide target. Okay, first to 25 points. Then we're going to move to the medium. So we've got our iron shots, if you like, an 8, 7 or 6, whatever you'd like to hit. Go for between 100 and 150 yards in pairs again. Have now about a 20-yard wide goal, and we're looking for you to again get first to 25 points, with each ball being 5 points. Okay. Once we've done that, you qualify for hitting the bigger shots. So you can use hybrid, driver, 3-wood, fairway wood, don't mind. Have again a target about 150, 175 to 200. 2 marks. Now this should be about 30 yards wide, so that we've got a fairly narrow fairway, nothing too wide, nothing too narrow, and again play for those points. 5 points per ball, first to 25, and that's giving yourself a challenge. You're challenging against each other, and you're trying to work on your setup routines and reacting to that target with each shot that we're playing. Okay, so remember, each shot worth 5 points. After each shot, you're going to swap over, and I want you to go back and through that setup routine. Rebuild your setup, build your hands, create that stance, leave the ball in the correct place for the setup, whichever one you're playing, and then execute your shot. Good luck with whoever gets most points, and I'll see you soon.